Hello and welcome to the Crochet Business School podcast, where you can use your crochet to build a business that will give you the lifestyle you've been dreaming of. You can fire customers. Have you ever had someone contact you and ask you to make something for them, a custom job where they have really specific things in mind or they're really vague? You know this piece is going to take you a fair amount of time to design and then quite a long time to make and cost you a small fortune in yarn. And yet you've got a fussy customer who's being quite demanding and won't even pay you a deposit up front. You can turn round and say, "No, I'm not doing it. Goodbye." You can fire your customers. You are not obligated to accept any order whatsoever. You can pick and choose who you work for. And yet, many small business owners like us crocheters, we feel that we have to take on every order that comes our way. We have this fear that if we say no, there will be no other orders coming in. If we say no, we're going to lose that money. We feel obligated to say yes. But that's not the case. And it's really this fear of not being successful. But let me tell you what really happens when you take on this fussy customer. And you may have experienced this already yourself. You spend ages messaging backwards and forwards, trying to figure out the details, figure out what they want, give them colour choices. They say no, you give them more colour choices, you send them photos showing what kind of designs, what kind of stitches you can use. They say no, you send even more photos. This carries on for ages. We haven't got to design or even buying the yarn yet. And already you have spent hours researching colour choices and design options, messaging this customer back and forth, and you've not even started the work yet. How much time have you wasted? Because to go for that old cliche, time is money. And you're not going to get that time back. You're not getting paid for all this backwards and forwards. And if they're this fussy before you've even started, what are they going to be like later? What happens when you've made the design, you've done all that work, you've crocheted it up, it's ready to go, you send them a picture of the finished product and they go, "Well, actually, I thought it was going to be a bit different." Then what do you do? Suddenly, it's not what they wanted. Despite all that messaging backwards and forwards, they don't like it. That messaging backwards and forwards at the start should be a big red flag. A big red flag that this customer is never going to be happy. If they don't like the options you have available already, where you are showing off, it's a massive problem because you are essentially designing a brand new product that you don't sell. And that takes ages to put together. You may never be able to sell this product to anyone else again because it may not fit your ideal customer. Which means you've put all this work in for a design you can never replicate to sell again because this person who has messaged you is not actually your ideal customer. They don't fit the niche of your shop. Just because someone asks you to do something, you don't have to. If someone is this fussy and is taking you forever just to get agreement on a design, My answer would be no. If you're spending ages messaging backwards and forwards because they can't make their mind up, then I would walk away. Because they're always going to find something they're not happy about. Because I bet you, when you're asking about the colour choices and you're sending them choice after choice, what they eventually said they would like is one that you sent them right at the start. They don't know their own mind, which means they are not going to like what you've finished with. What the finished product they're not going to want. Because they never knew what they wanted to begin with. And it's just headache upon headache. The profit you will make from selling that design is not actually a profit because of all that messaging backwards and forwards. I mean, that's if you don't have to refund them because they send it back because they don't like it. So not only could you end up making no money at all, you end up losing money because all that time that you spent messaging them, you could have spent sorting out social media posts for the week. You could have spent writing a newsletter and gaining more sales. You could have spent it at a craft fair making more sales. You could have spent those hours doing something far more profitable and far more useful to your business. These customers are not worth it. You may feel the fear of losing a sale and not gaining that money. In reality, if you go ahead, yes, you have a sale, but actually you lose money because the amount of time spent messaging backwards and forwards. If you have a customer who's being difficult, walk away. All you have to say to them is, I'm sorry, it doesn't look like I can offer you what you're looking for, but best of luck in finding someone who can. That's it. You don't have to say any more than that. No means no. And if they put up an argument, you say, sorry, I have to go. I can't help you. Goodbye. And you just never answer the messages again. And if they try to say something on social media, well, you simply say, well, I couldn't do the design. You're not my customer. You never paid me for anything. They won't have a leg to stand on. And quite frankly, if they do go that way, they come off worse. You will be fine. So don't be afraid to turn fussy and difficult customers away. They are not worth your time or your effort because in the end, they will cost you far more than you could possibly gain from their single order. So I hope that's given you a few things to think about. And if you have any questions, please do come to the Facebook group, the Crochet Sales Support Group, and ask any questions you have. The link is in the show notes. So thank you for joining me, and I shall see you next time for the next episode. Bye for now.